These rings are fast becoming the go-to piece of fitness equipment for strength and resistance training. The thing I love most about them is they're accessible for every fitness level, just like the Thermomix. The Thermomix is my ultimate fitness partner. It makes cooking healthy, tasty, delicious food that's good for you, really easy and accessible. Now, your body is an amazing, complex machine with thousands of biochemical reactions every minute. We sometimes forget that it has this innate intelligence to self-heal and self-regulate. So it's important that you fuel your body right. Today, my refuel of choice is my special paprika pork with cauliflower pilaf. I think spending time with my girlfriend's family with their Hungarian background is actually rubbing off on me a little bit. Anna's grandmother loves to cook with what she calls paprika, and she's 92, so I think learning from the wise granny, this is a great healthy option to fuel your body, especially as the weather starts to cool down. There are two parts to this recipe. So firstly, we're going to prepare the mouth-watering tender pork stew. To begin with, we throw in the onion, garlic, and the sage. Now we go 3 seconds on a speed of 7. Give the sides a little scrape down. Looking good. Then we add our paprika, caraway seeds, and oil. Saute that on a speed of 2 for 2 minutes. Protein is basically what your body needs to help it repair and grow new cells. I really recommend good quality meat to fuel your body. Ideally, that animal should be eating things that it naturally eats. So, I'd stay away from things like corn-fed meats and hormone-filled meats, etc. It can throw out your omega-3 and omega-6 balance, which increases the inflammation in the body. So, no more creaky, achy joints. Pork fillet is also sold as pork tenderloin, and it's perfect for this recipe. So do your best to get the highest quality pork that you can afford. Lean pork steak with all the visible fat removed can also be used for this recipe. So we throw the pork into our Thermomix. Okay, now we cook that for 2 minutes on a temperature of 90 at a speed of 1. Make sure it's in reverse so that you don't shred your meat. Now that the pork is ready, we add our tomato passata, tomato paste, and the stock paste. Then that cooks for 6 minutes on a temperature of 90, speed of 1, and make sure it's on reverse again. Great, and we replace the measuring cup with a simmering basket so that the steam can escape and we just thicken up our sauce. Okay. Smells sensational. So, next we put in the mushrooms, capsicum, salt, and pepper. And before you put the lid back on, just give it a little mix, little zhuzh. Then we continue cooking it for 2 minutes at a temperature of 90, speed soft on reverse. Great. Now to finish, I'm going to place everything into my thermo server, which has got some tomatoes that we chopped earlier. Now, if I'm going to impress my girl's family, the last thing you want to do is let this food go cold. So that's where the thermo server is a lifesaver. And it'll keep the stew nice and hot while we cook the pilaf and it's ready to serve. All right, it's looking good. Last thing though is we should give it a taste test. Magical. Hopefully the family will be impressed. Ready to go. Next up, we prepare our cauliflower pilaf with broccolini. First up, we chop up our oregano, which we'll use later as a garnish. That goes in for 5 seconds on a speed of 7. We scrape down our mixing bowl, set that aside for later. Next, we're going to do a little bit of chopping. So one little tip when you're preparing your cauliflower is give it a rinse under water in your aroma dish. It acts like a great little colander. That goes into our Thermomix. Lid on. Now we do this for 3 seconds on a speed of 5, but make sure you put it in reverse. Done. Okay. Great, that is looking perfect. Then we pour that back into our aroma dish. Set that aside, and now we've got our shallots, our garlic, our coriander, and our parsley. A couple of sprigs of each. Lid goes back on, and we chop that for 3 seconds on a speed of 7. Next up, we add a touch of water. We'll measure out 40 grams. Perfect. We add our paste. Done. Scrape down the sides a little. Then lid goes on. We go 30 seconds at a temperature of 50 degrees and a speed of 1 on reverse. Okay, perfect. So this is where the flavor comes from for our cauliflower pilaf. We take this and pour it straight over our cauliflower. Great, give it a little mix through. Looking good. Great. Next we put our mixing bowl back on. We measure out 500 mils of water. Perfect. Put our lid back on. Our cauliflower in the aroma dish goes on top of that. On with the broccolini and the lid. Now you can cook this for 12 to 15 minutes depending on how you like your broccolini. I'm going to go with 12 minutes at a temperature set at aroma, and we're at a speed of 2. Okay, great. Now we're ready to plate it up. All right, now I love using cauliflower. You feel a lot lighter afterwards rather than heavy rice with a meal like this. Grab our thermo server. Just kept our pork nice and hot. Put that onto our plate. Looking good. Now, next we throw some broccolini. Top it off with a little bit of yogurt. And a touch of the oregano that we prepared earlier. There you have it. It's my paprika, pork and cauliflower pilaf. It smells incredible, it'll taste incredible, and you'll feel incredible. Fuel your body right to live an inspired, fun and energized life. You don't have to be restrictive to be healthy. You just have to be balanced. Now you can find this meal and thousands more recipes at recipecommunity.com.au. Thanks for watching, guys. Now I've worked up quite an appetite, so I'm going to tuck in. So good.